Yes, I got a little note on my desk here that I keep. That's one of the first things I see next to the clock on my desk, and that is the word hope. That word was used in the movie Shawshank Redemption, too, by Andy Dufresne, if people remember, when he was talking about taking the music down with him or having the music in his head while he was in solitary confinement. He says because it gave him hope. He was opera in his head, and he was telling Red and other prisoners at lunch about hope. And some years ago, Reverend Jesse Jackson, I believe, if I'm quoting him correctly, he had a slogan called what?
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. See what I mean? Hope. You know, and a lot of black people have actually talked to me directly and said, Mr. Fuller, I mean, you described this thing about white supremacy. I mean, how can we, it seems hopeless using that word, hopeless. And the code says, hey, regardless of how you feel emotionally, even if your emotions tell you this situation is hopeless, it's absolutely off the rails. There's nothing can be done. The rails are not even there. All right? Everything is gone. It's all down the drain. I mean, we're just going to be perpetual losers forever, generation after generation, for millions of years. It's all in place. But the code says, when it looks that way, when it seems that way, and this question that just came up is real important. The more it seems that way, you as an individual person, because the code is direct to individual persons, was I directed to myself first. The more it looks hopeless, the more and more and more it looks hopeless, the more it looks like nobody just seems to care, and getting to the place where people are caring less and less and less and less and less. That means one thing. The more hopeless it appears to be, you double down, triple down, quadruple down, and say, hey, I'm going to keep going. And the more hopeless it appears to be, the more I'm determined to keep going. That is the code. That is rock solid code.
Okay.
I mean, when you look around at all this chaos, when it looks like black people have just completely lost their minds, and that the white supremacists are engendering all kinds of total nonsense and chaos and killing and feeding everything that's non-constructive and dumping it on non-white people, and it seems absolutely hopeless forever and ever and ever and ever. The code says you take one look at that, just a glance, and say, yeah, that's my signal. That's the signal for me to really get in the mix. I mean, and all this hopeless nonsense is going on, and I am just going to roll up my sleeves and do my little 2 cents. 2 cents there, 1 cent there, a half a cent there. I'm going to keep on doing it.
Okay.
And people will look and say, hey, it's hopeless. Ain't no point in you. Yeah. And I'm going to keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping
on. Keep on keeping on. Why? Because history has proven that when you got one person sometimes who will just hold on when everybody else is throwing in the towel, that one person sometimes makes a breakthrough.